Because I heard something this week on the Up and Adams show, the show Kay Adams hosts on FanDuel TV, that it broke my brain. And that was current Bears defensive back Jalen Johnson. Just got a big payday this offseason, and rightfully so. He was talking about his future teammate in Caleb Williams. Listen to Jalen Johnson's message to what is inevitably going to be the future number 1 overall pick and the future Bears quarterback.
You just humble yourself coming in the building. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you can't, like you said, you can't bring that Hollywood stuff into the building, especially now with guys who played this game, I feel like at a high level for consecutive years in the league. It's just something that guys like myself, guys like Tremaine, TJ, I mean, just the vets now, Keenan Allen, I mean, you just adding certain guys in the locker room. I feel like we're gonna see through, and it's like, nah, that what you did in college, the Hollywood, it's like, nah, that you gotta prove yourself. That stuff like that doesn't matter. But I feel like too, you gotta get to know him too. I think it's a fine line between trying to prove a point to him, but also getting to know him. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we want him to be the absolute best he can be. I mean, that's what we're bringing him in for, to win games. So I think truly just learning who he is as a person, learning him deeper than just all the Hollywood stuff you see, but actually trying to learn and get to know him, and then from there knowing what pushes him. If it is trash talk, if trash talk makes him crumble, then I mean, I feel like we got to push that button, because people in the game, they're going to push that button. So just depending on whatever it is that he needs to be pushed at, I feel like that's our job and that's our duty as his teammates to make him better, to strengthen his weaknesses.
So that to me is fascinating. And as a reminder, think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. 3 different times in that minute-long clip you just heard right there, Jalen Johnson, who's about to become teammates with Caleb Williams, 3 different times he referenced either humbling himself or Hollywood. You can't, that Hollywood stuff's got to go. While also at the same time mentioning, we got to learn Caleb as a person, as a teammate. So he clearly does not know Caleb Williams, but has a perception that he's Hollywood, that he's arrogant, that he's about himself, that when he comes to the Bears, they're going to make sure he humbles himself and all that Hollywood crap goes out the door. Here is why I'm confused. I don't understand why people give Caleb Williams that perception. Why? Because he didn't want his medicals taken? That's it? Because he didn't work out at the NFL Combine? This is what bothers me, is because Caleb Williams has literally done nothing to earn the reputation he has gotten. He has never one time, whether it's at Oklahoma or USC, put himself above the team. He has never one time made it about him and not the team. He has never been a bad teammate. He has never criticized teammates. Go watch him play. Look at the competitive level at, again, either Oklahoma or at USC. You tell me if that's a guy that you're worried about character-wise. You tell me if that's a guy you are worried that is too full of himself. You tell me that's a guy that's too Hollywood. Too Hollywood would improve, right? That he's too good for a few things, that he doesn't want to get hit. He doesn't want to put in the hard work. All the guy has done, read anything about him. All he's been training for is this moment. That's all he's been doing his entire life. Everything, whether it's school, whether it's workouts, whether it's peewee football, everything is about getting to this point and winning. He's not someone you have to worry about that is playing football for the fame. There are plenty of athletes that play sports for the money and the fame and the perks that come along with being a professional athlete. Others play for the love of the game. Caleb Williams, from everything I have read, everything I have watched, plays the sport of football for the love of the game. The perception around him that he's a diva, that he's Hollywood, is just flat out wrong. Because he's never done anything tangibly on the field. He's never said anything in a press conference. He has never treated his teammates in a way that would suggest he is too good for the team, he's above the team, or he's arrogant. I don't understand this perception that carries along with him, that people are now worried that he's going to have character problems. The character assassination is ridiculous. I think it's just flat out wrong. Everything this guy does is about winning. And that's why I don't understand as well when people laugh at him and clown him and use it as a negative when he was crying in the stands to his mom after losing to Washington. Remember that situation. USC season's over. I think they had definitely two, maybe three losses by that point already. They finished the year 7-5, but by the time that game was played in early November, their season in terms of winning the Pac-12 and playing for a national title, those were over. So you could easily argue, well, USC had nothing to play for. Yet he played a great game, carried USC. They lost to a team that was in the national championship in Washington, and he was so distraught because he lost the game. Even though USC's season was over, he still wanted to win so bad just from the competition perspective that he was brought to tears. I'd rather have a guy cry after a game like that in which he plays great and loses, even though your season's over, than walk off the field and be like, all right, you know what? Season's over. I'm going number one. I played great. Let's just go enjoy LA. I'm going to be fine. Who cares about the team's success? I played great. Everything else, everyone else can beat it. He's not that guy. Again, people love to say, oh, he's too Hollywood. Name me one time where the USC fame got to his head. Have you ever seen him out at a club? Videos? Bad PR? The guy started his career at Oklahoma. In Norman, no disrespect to Norman, Oklahoma, but if you are too Hollywood, if you want to go where the lights are, you are not going to Norman, Oklahoma to play your college football. The guy just wants to win. He was at USC not because of LA. He was at USC because he followed his head coach and Lincoln Riley there. If Lincoln Riley stayed at Oklahoma, Caleb Williams is at Oklahoma. I don't understand. And this is coming from, again, someone who's about to be his future teammate. And Jalen Johnson. I don't understand the Hollywood persona that essentially has been placed upon Caleb Williams. It is just flat out wrong. There's nothing he has done, literally nothing he has done, on the field or off of it, that warrant being called Hollywood or a diva or having, to be concerned that you as a teammate have to humble him. No, to me, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.